Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to all viewers. FPL Jedi Show is back on live stream. We are still in the middle of game week 29. There's still like three fixtures to go on tonight and tomorrow. So that's the current scenario, but we are looking forward for game week 30. Would like to welcome my co-host Azmin. How are you so far for game week
Hi.
29? Yep.
Okay, good. A bit damaged by some absent players, but it's starting to be a common trend that happened to me last week as well for the last double game week 28. So it's all about getting the right subs in, hopefully.
Okay, good to hear that you are all excited. Okay, we are also gonna have a first reaction. Mean, as we all know, yesterday we have been announced. FPL been announced on this double game week 31. Will feature two teams. Okay, and also some uh fixtures in double game week 33, and where we foresee it will be another a big one. So let's jump straight into our agenda for tonight. Okay, we will have our team review so far for game week 29. We'll run through some stats and analysis from current game week 29 that has been played on the weekend. We have a look on game week 30, how managers handling so far. We also gonna share some draft team. Azmi has drafted us free hit team for this week for us to have a look. If there is a manager that interested to do that, I suppose there are a lot of managers gonna free hit this week. We have a look at game week 30 fixtures, Captain P, and our normal transfer plan, where we can say blank game week for this week. You know, there will be only four fixtures to be played for game week 30. Okay, let's run through first reaction for double game week 31 and 33 fixture. It's been announced that Burnley and Everton will play twice. Uh, game week 31, which is after international break. Burnley will face Man City and Everton both at home. Okay, even though we know Burnley has actually spoiled us somewhere in game week, is it game week 27? Okay,
Yeah, game
they
week
played they
27.
played they played twice and foil us. Okay, and at the same time, Everton also gonna play twice, but both are away to West Ham and Burnley. Okay. At the same time, game week 23, we can see the host of matches to be played. Okay. I'll let Azmin run through this fixture. What's the first reaction?
Okay, first reaction for let's do the 31 first. 31 is it's a terrible double game week, isn't it? But it's inevitable. Eventually, that Burnley Everton game needed to be stuck somewhere. But we've both been damaged by Burnley in game week 27. Everton themselves haven't painted themselves in glory either. We've seen, they
Yep.
really they're dropping into they're almost dropping into the relegation zone. It's just that they have games in hand to save
Yeah.
them, and this is one of those games in hand. But that's it's not really attractive, and I think a lot of people have learned the lessons, and but I'm sure there's uh, some people who haven't and will probably still captain a Burnley player or Everton player for this week. But then later on, if we look at the fixtures, you'll notice there's, for example, there's Liverpool versus Watford, for example. Those are really prime single game fixtures that you could captain instead of these double games that are not as attractive as they seem. Okay, so that's 31. So 33, I should mention that the fixtures that were added were all the fixtures on the right. So all those fixtures on the right are confirmed. For example, Liverpool, Manchester United, Leicester, Everton, Newcastle, Palace, City versus Brighton at home, Brighton versus Manchester City away. All those are confirmed. The ones that are not necessarily confirmed yet are the ones on the left. and the ones on the left will be subject to what happens this weekend, which is the FA Cup fixtures. Okay, so the FA Cup fixtures, the teams that are involved are Chelsea, Palace, Everton, Southampton, Manchester City, and Liverpool. Now, if any of those teams win, and you would expect, teams like Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool will win, then they will not have the first match of that game week 33 fixtures. So, for example, if Liverpool win this weekend in the FA Cup, the Liverpool Aston Villa match will be postponed. So for me, maybe likely to game week 36, 37. That one's not confirmed yet, but it depends on what happens this weekend. Another example, if Manchester City win against Southampton this weekend in the FA Cup, then the Manchester City versus Wolves game will be postponed. So that's how it works. So don't you can plan for it, but you don't necessarily. It's not yet confirmed that 33 that all the fixtures listed will end up. All the teams listed as having doubles will have doubles. Okay, and
Okay.
having said that, we can confirm that the teams that are confirmed to have the doubles on that week are Manchester United, Leicester, Newcastle, Brighton, and Burnley. So those 5 teams are pretty much confirmed because they are not involved in the FA Cup, and the opponents are not involved in the FA Cup either.
All right. So basically, we have like at least Manchester, Leicester, Newcastle, Brighton, and Burnley will double, which is going to have like 5 teams at least. Okay.
Yep.
But there is potential it could be a bigger one depending on FA Cup result this week. Okay.
Yep.
So it's could be unlikely like the likes like Liverpool, Man City, and also Chelsea, but there is potentially could be have like some short result.
Yep.
So maybe they could
The main,
we could
yeah.
see some.
So the match that is likely that could possibly be an upset is the Southampton versus Manchester City FA Cup match. So Southampton, aside from last, well, technically they were in good form until the last couple of weeks, but that's the main Premier League FA Cup match between Premier League teams. So there's a potential there for an upset. There
Can
is
I
the
say?
Yep.
So can I say because Southampton will play Man City in FA Cup, one of them will definitely go through and one of them will
Correct.
defeat. So one of these Man City or Southampton will have double, right?
Correct. Yes. So one will have
Mm.
double, the other one will not. Correct. Exactly.
So it could be at least minimum 16 lah double in game week 33.
Yep. That's right.
Okay. So another thing that I can see here, if let's say we just a quick planning lah, we can see Burnley gonna double in 31 and double in 33. So maybe there is a manager could put into their mind that maybe at least one or two Burnley asset if you want to bring them in, at least you've got like 5 fixtures lah for 31, 32, and 33
Correct.
for that
Yes.
period lah, for that period at least.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Okay.
challenge is that Burnley haven't exactly
But
been outstanding. So that's the
I
problem.
can say most likely we are going into that trap. At
Yeah,
least to
we'll go
bring in
into it
one.
eyes open anyway.
Okay. All right. That's our first reaction. I think after we have more info after FA Cup, then we can actually share more info on this. All right.
Yep.
So, let's go to your team so far.
All right, so I'm actually on 42 points because I took a -8 hit. I'm not too frustrated with the result. I think it's all right. It could be better because the problem is, of course, in the absentees. Ryan Fraser was benched. I really wanted him to do something against Chelsea, but I think maybe because there were a lot of fixtures, so they decided to give him a bench. But he'll definitely return for tomorrow night's match against Everton. Livramento was given a rest, so that's another surprise.
It's not even featured in the team. Yep.
Yeah, he wasn't even in the squad. So So that means that Keane, who was himself benched last week, has a chance to go up if he plays, which I think is going to be likely because John Joe, so there's a
Kenny.
Everton guy, the defense,
Yep.
whose replacement got red carded. So he will get. It's just a question of how many points does he get. But at least I'll have a player. He should come in. The other absentee is Calvert Lewin, who also disappeared from the whole matchday squad, and apparently the reason given was that he was ill. So I'm not
Okay.
sure with the what exactly illness it was. It wasn't. There was speculation that was COVID, but it may not have been because he did end up appearing in a magistrate's court for some driving offense as
Okay.
well. So so the thing is, I've got Ramsey sitting on the bench there with a 10 pointer.
10 points.
So I would like Calvert Lewin to disappear entirely. That would be great. But if he does play, I hope he starts and actually, does something
Yep.
and
Yep.
but that's a very low chance because Everton have just been so disappointing. Okay, so that's it. And my transfers were Kane, who came in and did okay. Doherty, who didn't, but we are hoping that the second game will provide some more dividends. Fraser was my last transfer, so it was frustrating, but it's not too bad.
Mm-mm.
Havertz scored with a brilliant goal. It was quite
Last
evident
minute
of
goal.
skill.
Yep.
Yeah, it's skill plus it shows someone who's confident. So I'm very happy with that pick because he's going to go on and
Yep.
I'm going
Right.
to ride on his form and on game week 31 he plays Brentford. So even though game week 30 bench, so chances are I'll still keep him. Of course, the biggest risk that I took for this weekend is placing the captaincy on Alexander Arnold. So it
Okay.
seemed like it was going to pay off because Salah ended up getting injured, uh, even though he scored the penalty. But it looks like he has trained, so chances are Salah will play tonight. So then it doesn't matter. For me, it's all square between TA and Salah who will do better. Right now, in terms of points wise, I'm short by 3 points, was it? Yeah.
Mm-mm.
In terms of the
Yeah.
captaincy. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay. It's an important match. Definitely. Liverpool versus Arsenal tonight. So definitely, we feel that Klopp will actually feel a strong side lah. And if let's say
Yeah,
Salah available, he definitely play him. And I'm
yeah,
sure TAA will feature in this match for sure.
yeah. The reality is, if Liverpool, yes, correct, and if Liverpool actually win this match, then the gap with Manchester City is reduced to 1 point. So that means
Yep.
all to play for.
Yep. So it's crucial. I don't think any rotation or rest by Klopp unless the players are not fit lah. Okay. Come back to my team. I got 59 points so far. I did not take any hit. I just transfer one player out, which is Cancelo for Robertson. Tapi turn up, lah, Cancelo did play and got a clean sheet and bonus point, 3 bonus points, so 9 points there. But it's okay. I made that move. So Ramsdale in goal so far, 9 points. TAA 6 point. Robertson who come in 6 point. I do expect more for him. Hopefully he can deliver again in Arsenal match, but not too sure. Livramento, like you mentioned, did not turn up. So Digney will come in for just merely 1 pointer. He been sub out around 10 minutes because of injury. Looks like he's going to be out for game week 30 also, right, mate?
Yeah,
And then Saka 3 points, Salah normal, I think 9 points. Okay, Rafinha at least he delivered an assist at the last minute for Leeds wins
Elha.
against Norwich. Okay, he has I think 2 chances hitting the woodwork, so that could be bigger points, but it's not meant to be. Son only 2 points. Okay, disappointing. Maybe I feel he should. I think I saw Son like macam slippery
I
around
think he
this
slipped at
week.
least
So,
2 times, and it looked
yeah,
like, oh goodness, it was so frustrating to watch.
yeah. Gray did start but did not produce any point. I expect at least something within these 2 match. He has another one against Newcastle. Hopefully he starts. I don't know. Lacazette got 6 points from the penalty. Kane, and Jimenez as normal, only 2 points, nothing else than that. So my rank a bit move up to 161,000, not so much, maybe because a lot of managers triple captaining Salah. So that's why I'm not moving to. Hopefully the matches tonight and tomorrow will give me more points and move me more up lah. Okay, man.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed that you still have King in your lineup.
Yeah. So I was thinking like to replace him, Tony, but
Yeah,
I did not make that move, and Tony scored 12 points. So
yeah, that's all right.
okay, that's nothing I can say that. I mean, my move is like 30% whether to move him not. And in the end, I did not. So it's okay. I need to focus on the game week 30 now. So let's see game week 29 in a glance. Okay, for chips used by manager, ah 421,000 managers actually triple captain, activate their triple captainship, most likely on Salah. Okay, that's the biggest one. Also free hit around 156,000 managers. Managers also has wildcard this week around 212,000, and then bench push around 147,000. So I think if let's say we calculate for one around like 900,000 managers activate this week, any chips are whether triple captain, free hit or wildcard for this week. Okay, so in terms of most transferred players, Saka is the number one, brought in by 844,000 managers. Okay, then Kulusevski 764, and then Doherty. I think this is the bandwagon last week, definitely, especially on the Spurs asset. I
Yeah.
think Kulusevski did produce an assist. Later we talk in details. And then most out, continue Bowen injured, and most likely he'll be out again. Cancelo, the one, but he produced 9 points. So whoever take him out, and Diaz, who is not playing because he's still injured. Okay, man. So what do you think so far for in terms of
Y-
cheap use?
Well, in terms of the chips, yeah, I guess because it's clear that so many people are activating the chips this week, and which is why for us who didn't, we should we should be. I mean, for you, you should be very happy if you still end up with a rank rise. I think it's good. Even for me, if I can stay around the same area, which was 91,000, which
Yep.
was my
Yep.
previous rank before this week, I'll be very happy. If I if I can do if we can do have a stay around the area, have a green arrow, simply because there are so many chips being used right now. Yeah, so I guess theoretically it would be in the best interest of us if Salah didn't do anything because against all the people triple captain, but again it still needs to be better to start with the rest of the squad. For the most transfer in players, yeah, no surprises simply because Arsenal have two matches and Arsenal and Spurs have two matches this week and they have a game in game week 30, so nothing surprised there. Most
Okay.
transfer out players, Bowen apparently he's only going to be back in April, so definitely not an issue there. Cancelo, however, he's clearly still doing well, um, and but again, because the fact that he only has one match does make him, and considering his value, people are looking to transfer him out to add more to the rest of the team.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yeah.
no real surprises this time around.
So we can see there most captain. No surprise also, man. Salah is the biggest one. 3.7 million managers captain him. Okay, that is on in overall. In terms of top 100, we can see there Salah and Kane. No, no dispute there. Salah captain by 97, and the three managers captain Kane, who definitely want to try out whether Kane can deliver better points than Salah. Right now is 9 to 6 points, so not that far. But who knows? Kane can deliver better points against Brighton away
Yeah.
tonight, right? Hmm.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in last midweek because in terms of the stats, how Kane's underlying stats are attacking stats are now pretty much
Yep.
the same as Salah. So they've got an equal chance. It's just that Kane has one less point from a goal and doesn't have a clean sheet, and that's probably why people still defaulted to the Salah captaincy.
Okay, good. Let's go just quickly on top scoring players so far. Okay, these only double digit players that scored in game week 29. I think around 7 or 8 players there. Ronaldo is the biggest one, 17 points. He got hat trick against Spurs. Um, that surprised you, man?
Yeah, I think it caught a lot of people by surprise, especially those in the higher ranks because we probably don't have Ronaldo anymore because they've already
Yep.
brought in Kane.
Mm-mm.
Because Kane, it's hard to see people having both Ronaldo and Kane at this point in time. So those who had Ronaldo probably didn't have Kane, which means that a lot of people at the top didn't.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's a question of whether are we going to see some more consistency from Ronaldo well to for the rest of the season. I don't know. It's
Mm-mm.
hard
So
to
something
decide.
to monitor, especially now Manchester has been out from Champions League match, so they can only have league to concentrate. So they
Yeah.
do not have any more distraction, and like you mentioned, game week 33, Manchester will play twice. Okay, so maybe something that we should look at if Ronaldo can continue his consistency. For Arsenal asset, no other player here except Partey who scored 14 points. It's a surprise to us, a goal and assist.
See, yeah. So that's the thing with Arsenal midfield. Whenever we talk about the midfield, it's always Odegaard, Martinelli, ESR, and Saka. But then when you look at Partey here, who's delivering, who's coming up with goals. The thing is between Partey and Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka's the one who really sits, whereas Partey seems to have a better license to go forward a bit more.
Okay.
Although Zaka did had an attempt as well, but Partey's attempts are coming to success. But adding yet another Arsenal midfielder around the same price, 5.0,
Yeah.
it makes it hard for us to pick Arsenal players. But it's good for them. Well done to
Mm-mm.
Arsenal. But for FPL, it does become a
Okay.
tough to choose from.
Yeah. If Partey continue his form like this, maybe then we can pay attention. But for now, still, I feel Saka Martinelli is the one that Manchester should target. Other than that, Cody put his place on radar ahead of game week 30. He scored 14 points, clean sheet, and also a goal. Tony, like I mentioned, 12 points. That's another player that we're gonna play in game week 30. The rest and the rest is like Ben Rama and Ramsey who has a fixture lah
Yeah.
in 30 if let's say people are interested or still hang on with them. So I
Yeah.
think that's a good sign for game week 30. Yep.
Yeah, but even Liverpool see Matip there, a lot of us looking for that third Liverpool player, but Matip is low on the radar. But then at the cost of only 4.9, he slots in nicely.
Mm-mm. Yes, correct. So, but sometimes you're not sure whether he plays or not. I mean, he's put
Yeah,
subject to
that's a risk there.
injury. Yeah.
Konate comes in every now and then.
Mm-mm. Okay. We go through some analysis on game week 29. The first match, Brighton lost 2-0 to Liverpool. Salah did not disappoint managers, even though he's been sub up due to injury. At least he got a goal, okay, and one bonus point. Luis Diaz is the one that people are monitoring, whether
Yeah.
he could be a third asset. He actually delivered goal in this match. So, what takeaway that we can take from this match,
Yeah,
Min, if you can share?
it's just that it's a tough one now, with Diaz pretty much throwing his head into the ring or to decide. It does mean that Liverpool picking that third Liverpool player is so challenging. Previously it was almost Jota was the typical shoe in. Then somewhere along the line Robertson became the. A lot of comparisons was how Robertson is getting more points, and now Diaz is you know he showed so much promise, but now he's bringing in the goals as well. So it's really really tough. Um, it's hard to decide. It really depends
Yep.
on who starts and who doesn't. For Brighton, yeah, another loss for Brighton. So I don't know what's going on with them. Are they on the beach already? Is that the problem? But it was. But to be fair, it was against Liverpool, who are you know aiming for the title.
Okay. Next one, Brentford versus Burnley. I did saw some of parts of this game. I switched between Chelsea game and game Brentford and so on, just to see whether Brentford perform. They actually Tony scored another brace. Okay, last week I think hat trick against Norwich. Then he continued his form. Two goals against Burnley. Okay, Eriksen produced another assist. So, what do you think, man? Is should be considered to bring anyone for game week 30 for Brentford
Yeah.
players?
So Brentford is I would argue that Ericsson is at the heart of the improvement. Now he just obviously he just had an assist there, but he didn't get the bonus points. But you can see, looking at the game, you can see Ericsson has that vision of finding the right pass. It may not necessarily be the assist that leads to a goal. It might be the assist to the assist, but he clearly has had a good influence on the team. Of course, having Raya back helps as well. But at the same time, I was surprised with Burnley because previously my strategy of the past previous weeks has been to target Brentford, pick players playing against Brentford. So for Burnley to not even score a goal against Brentford, it was quite surprising, and it does put another warning for the double game week 31-33 where Burnley have two games. If they can't score past Brentford, what hope do we have?
Mm-mm. But I see that game with 31 just now. The second match is actually against Everton. I think that's a crucial one. Burnley versus Everton. So both team needed points. Both team really tight on relegation battle. So that's the
Yep.
one that I'm seeing that it depends on Everton form. If it's continue to fall this week, I think Burnley has chance to win. Okay.
Yeah.
Next one is Manchester against Spurs. Okay, I did saw this match. Hopes something like deliver points by Sun, but it not meant to be. The one that a forgotten man. I don't know. Ronaldo scored hat trick. It's a thriller to be fair. Okay, Manchester did scored first goal and then equalized by Spurs by penalty kick by Kane. And after that, Ronaldo scored again before own goal by is it Maguire? I forgot who actually scored that. And then Ronaldo come up with the last winner for Manchester United. So what do you feel for Spurs asset especially against
Well, it's not so bad
United?
because the two out of the three popular Spurs assets produce returns, which is Kane and the new hot pick Kulusevski. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't think the Spurs people pick Spurs will be too disappointed considering they still have the Brighton match to go midweek. I think a lot of people were caught surprised by Manchester United, particularly Ronaldo scoring
Mm-mm.
three goals, and you notice how it's funny that Bruno Fernandes was not involved at all there, but that's
Mm-mm.
because he wasn't playing. Yeah, so he
He's
was
reported
absent for
ill for that game. Hmm.
and it was a COVID situation. Anyway, so they played midweek in the Champions League and they got knocked out by Atletico Madrid. So that's one less thing. That's so pretty much now they have the league. So it does it'll help for those
Mm-mm.
who want to pick Manchester United players. But then you start to wonder their motivation.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So we can see Kane and Kulusevski continue to deliver. I bet you if let's say they this combo continue to perform against Brighton tonight, definitely more traffic coming in for them,
Yep,
especially they playing Game Week 30. And
definitely.
on top of that, if let's say Sun continue to frustrate manager, so definitely like an easy switch I think between Kane to Sun and Sun to Kulusevski and Kane to whoever that you have for third
Mm.
striking option that I can feel. Even my side also looks like tempted but more now. If definitely if let's say Brighton did produce. Kane and Kulusevski continue to produce against Brighton tonight. Okay, Chelsea versus Newcastle, man. Another clean sheet by Chelsea, a typical one, and then scoring goal by Havertz, your boy. So it makes you happy. So, what do you think? Chelsea is definitely have a good run after this, especially until the
Yeah.
end of the season. Do you feel that Havertz is now most likely or permanently? We can say that he'll be playing more
Oh yes.
as the first team player, first team 11.
Yeah. So they have the FA Cup this weekend, but I'm pretty sure Havertz won't play that one against Middlesbrough. Then they'll take the opportunity to give him a rest. Luckily, Chelsea are also still in the Champions League as well.
Hmm.
Now, but the problem with Chelsea is, of course, they have a lot of distractions going on off field. So I don't want to go into too much detail about that, but and it looked as though they were beginning to feel the effects against Newcastle, but then um, Havertz found a way, and with
To
a
be fair,
sublime.
Newcastle really played well in that game. To be fair,
Yeah, Newcastle was still quite resilient, and it was, and the thing is, they missed having Joe Linton, they missed Ryan Fraser was on the bench, so but they still, they almost scored as well. So Newcastle really look good now. So I think it's I'm sure they feel unlucky to have gotten off with only with a loss, ended up losing late, but it looks good for Newcastle.
yep, I agree with that. Something for us definitely. If let's say we interested or whoever have Newcastle asset, Newcastle gonna play double in game week 33. So that's another point that we think that managers should be thinking. Everton versus Wolves, man. Are you surprised that another loss by Everton at home? I expect more firepower by them, even though the likes of DCL, Kane missing. But another frustrating game. 1-0 loss to Wolves.
Yeah, so Wolves are, found their defensive strength back to
Yep.
not lock Everton out of the game. But it does look bad for Everton, and it's frustrating, especially because as FPL managers, we are aware that Everton have a lot of games that need to be rescheduled, and we've
Yep.
seen a few already. But the form makes us turned off from picking them. So we will see how they go tonight against tomorrow night against Newcastle.
Tomorrow
But
night.
but
Yep.
to be honest, I expect them to lose that one because Newcastle are just a totally different level at the moment. If as long as Newcastle have their you know key players who are playing right now back, then I can't see Everton winning that one at all.
Okay. Leeds versus Norwich. To be fair, Leeds snatch a win at the last minute of the game. It could easily be one all draw, but at least this is the first win for JC Marsh and his team. Rafinha did involve, but I think I expect more from him lah. To be fair,
Yeah. So
in terms of points,
um,
ah.
so it'll be interesting to see. So Leeds will have another game tonight against Wolves. Yeah. Sorry, no,
No, no.
that's sorry. This for game week 30, they will
Yeah.
play Leeds will play Wolves. So I know that you bank on the Wolves clean sheet or you bank the Leeds improvement to continue. It'll be
I
interesting to see.
more inclined to Wolves keeping another clean sheet.
All right.
Okay, Southampton versus Watford. Are you surprised that Watford snatch a win against Southampton? This is gonna give excitement at the relegation battle. Watford now closing to Burnley and Everton. They could have an outside chance to survive this battle, man.
Yeah, and the thing is, it does for me is some alarm bells with regards to Southampton. So are they on the beach already? They're not exactly on the magical 40 points yet. They're currently on 36, I think. But they have lost three matches in a row against teams that they thought they would have a fighting chance of at least getting a draw, which is Aston Villa, Newcastle, and Watford, and they've lost all that three. So So they don't have a match in game week 30, which is fine. But going forward, even if they have a double, are we going to pick them? Because
Mm-mm.
it doesn't. We'll see how the FA Cup match goes, because it's hard for me to want to pick them again because they seem to be holiday or in
Yeah.
holiday mode already.
I think Broja did not start. Adams produced another assist to highlight managers. I'm the one to be picked, not Broja, if we have the money. Cuco Hernandez, right? Continue to perform in 2 goals. I'm
Yeah,
surprised for him. Nothing from Dennis, nothing from the likes, the normal player. But Cuco actually put himself on radar
yeah.
at
So
least.
the question is with Watford, have they discovered that formula that you don't play king? You have someone who's who's doing better, who has the right mentality to play. So maybe King, that's pretty much it for King for now. As Kuko
Yep.
should definitely get that start ahead of King, and
Yep.
probably still together with Dennis.
All right, we go to West Ham versus Villa. In the end, West Ham win against this tight battle, I suppose. Nothing from Bowen, the likes of Bowen, Antonio, Yamalenko, and Forners scored the points. But pay attention, Ben Rama got the 2 assists. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
interested, as West Ham actually gonna play in game week 30. If let's say we are interested any West Ham assets, Villa, Ramsey, your boy scored instead of the hot form like Coutinho or Watkins and
yeah,
Ings. So it's a balance. That means that if let's say you still have Ramsey, I feel he's
yeah.
still good to go against this game week 30.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, because there was a lot of questions regarding whether or not Aston Villa can sustain it, because now they are going to go up against teams that are defensively much better, which is Arsenal, Wolves, Spurs, then Liverpool. So that's those are all tough matches. Obviously Spurs is still a bit more still has questions in defense compared to the other teams. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. So whether or not Villa can keep it up, and now we've seen that against that they've lost against West Ham. Credit to West Ham, even that without Bowen and then Antonio also having issues, of Ben Rama stepped up in in form. But again, the problem with West Ham now is that they also have a Europa Conference League match
Mm-mm.
midweek, which is tomorrow night. So it does the squad is really stretched, and if Antonio and Bowen are out, then it becomes even more stretched.
Okay, good news for Spurs asset, especially they're
Yeah,
playing Spurs. Arsenal versus Leicester. Arsenal looks strong, man. And they are now winning against Leicester. They are really firm in top 4 spot for now and game in hands. So definitely Arsenal will have some outstanding matches to be played. They will continue to attract managers, man.
so you have someone like Ramsdale who's only in form and also getting the FPL points. Getting 2 bonus points, additional save, ended up with 9. So it's just pretty good for a keeper, and it's nice to have him.
I
I
can
want. Oh,
easily say, can I say easily I can say now Ramsey like macam keeper for the season. I feel lah for now. Hmm.
yeah, no argument there. So of interest is the midfield. So I was really scared that this would turn out to be a goal fest by the Arsenal midfield, because I only have Saka and I don't have Odegaard, Martinelli, ESR. So I was very happy that the man appearing the most was Thomas Partey, simply because I know most people didn't have him. Um, but I thought Leicester were not great either. And I also wonder whether Leicester are choosing to focus on Europe now, because
Okay.
right now they're on the table. They comfortably mid-table. They definitely not gonna go down.
Yep.
So it becomes a question, and something that we FPL managers need to assess as well and make that decision. Are
Mm.
they gonna let the league go, or and put in some other players to perform instead? So it's a big question.
Yep. Understand. Understand. Last but not least, man, Crystal Palace versus Man City. This is a big one. Man City drop points against Crystal Palace. like we mentioned, Palace did win in the reverse fixture at
Mm.
Etihad. Crystal Palace performed strong against City. So now league title is definitely neck and neck with Liverpool. So definitely like in future, Man City will definitely continue to fight and play their strong team. They cannot afford not to play their fringe player. So I expect Man City and Liverpool going forward is a good investment, especially you want to bring them in for future.
Yeah. So FPL wise, Cancelo again went for got his 3 bonus points and ended up with 9, which should make it good. But the question is now with the other Manchester City assets, how do you go about trying to pick them? And one thing glaring was that despite Manchester City needing a goal in this match, Pep did not do any sub at all.
Oh,
So
okay. I didn't realize that. Okay.
yeah, so it was confusing as to what's on his mind, what's he's definitely not getting the penetration against Crystal Palace. So why didn't he try to turn things up? What's the problem here? And I do worry now because even though the league is tight, but we all know that Manchester City is still desperate to get that one trophy that continues to elude them, which is the Champions League trophy.
Fair.
So
Fair.
it does, it will always worry me in the back of my mind, when picking them for the Premier League for FPL. It depends on how Pep uses his team, even though they're still in the running to win the league title. But I do worry about rotation now.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, I mean, I just realized there is no substitution.
Yeah,
No, no Sterling coming in, and I
yeah.
feel he's one of the form players for Man City. Instead of
I
that,
don't know. It's so weird.
Grealish and Foden starts. Okay, man. Let's jump straight to game week 30. How managers
Yeah,
handling so far? I got a survey from Fantasy Football Scout site. 37% managers are voting to free hit this week. I think
yeah.
simple and sweet. Only for fixture, blank game week. Not a lot of big players are coming in like the Salah, KDB, and so on. So easy to free hit. 29% says use your free transfer, but no hits. Just take use one transfer. Myself also voting here, free transfer and a hit, which is 23%. But the rest is more than eight my point hit and 12 managed hit. Not so popular is the wildcard. I feel it's not right to wildcard for this week, especially.
No. Yeah.
So, what do you feel? Free hit or not in game week 30? What do you
Yeah.
think?
So, well, for me, it does depend on how many players you have heading into the game week 30. So, I'm on 6 players myself. Was to be 7, but Luca Digne, got himself injured. But I'm looking at same as you, free transfer and -4 hit, which does mean that I'll be going into this game week 8 with only 8 players. I feel that 8 players is enough. I don't see a need to stretch to 11 and use my. I still have one more free hit, by the way.
Okay.
But I just don't see that value at the moment to have a full squad. Um, I just don't think it's enough to merit me using my free hit, and it's not enough
Okay.
to take hits for either.
Yep. So, what do you think? The right amount of player is it 7, 8
I think if you can
for
get to
this?
9 with a hit, that's good enough. Yeah,
Okay.
9 with a hit with a -4 hit is good enough. You shouldn't foresee. You shouldn't stretch any further. For me, I'm gonna be 8 with a hit, so it's short than what I would prefer, but it's still not enough for me to want to go for a free hit.
So, can I say if you have 6 and less, you should free hit?
Yeah, it does depend on who your players are. If your
Okay.
6 players, you don't have a Kane, Arsenal midfielder, and another Spurs
Okay.
defender, then yeah, I think you need to consider free hitting if you still have a
Since
chance.
good that you talk about the key players, let's go to
Yeah,
the fixture and who is the key players. So I just put here This is definitely the game week 30 fixture. Wolves against Leeds, Villa against Arsenal, Leicester versus Branford, and Spurs versus West Ham. So if let's say we go to Wolves versus Leeds, arguably I don't know, Jimenez could be the one, the main player for Wolves for this game, and Rafinha for Leeds. Do you think that, or maybe you
Yeah.
feel there is other player that should be for Wolves and Leeds?
Yeah. So yeah. No. I think I agree with you because the thing is, I don't think there'll be a clean sheet here, and those then if there's no clean sheet, what happens? Of course, you go for the most likely players to score. So on both sides, you're right. It would be Jimenez. On the other side, it would be Rafinha. So it's but it's problematic because you are Leeds going to continue to improve? Are they going to hit a brick wall? Because Wolves themselves, they managed to keep a clean sheet last weekend.
Okay.
So which they had been in poor defense. The defense had been poor before that. So now that they've won again, so they're gonna try to look at keeping this up. And Wolves are playing at home, but at the same time, Leeds are more desperate for the points. So yeah, I can definitely see them reverting to time and attacking.
Okay. I feel this could be this the match that could be the most explosive. I think lah in terms of scoring. Say maybe if let's say Leeds don't turn up, Wolves could easily score like 3-4 goals if they are really
Mm.
on form, because they have shown that they can do that. I still feel Wolves will win against Leeds and could easily keep also a clean sheet. That I feel lah. Maybe 2-0. What do
Oh,
you
to
think?
Wolves.
Yeah.
I think it'd be probably a score draw. I go for 1-1 maybe.
Okay. All right. Fair. That's how I think. Let's go to Villa to Arsenal. I put there Villa, the key player. Coutinho is the one, if let's say you really want any Aston Villa asset. And for Arsenal, I just put Saka there. It could be someone else, but I feel Saka is the main man. What do you think? If let's say managers want to free hit or bring players, later you show your free hit team, but the one player for both team.
Um, I for me, I actually think this is one of those games where you could look for a clean sheet, which is for on the Arsenal side. I know Arsenal are playing away to Villa, but Arsenal are the team in form. Villa are not consistent enough at the moment, and earlier I raised the question of how can Aston Villa perform well against these stronger defenses, and they failed against Wolves. Um,
Okay.
so it'd be a question to see whether or not they can do that, and I'm not sure they can. Even though I have Ramsey myself, I'm not quite confident he'll get anything out of this game.
Okay. So
Arsenal,
yes.
we know that. Yeah, we know the Arsenal attack are really looking good at the moment.
So you expect an Arsenal win, is it here?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Like what? 2-0?
Yeah, I'll go for 2-0.
Okay. I feel Villa can give a fight to Arsenal, but I still feel Arsenal gonna win lah. So it's gonna be a tight one. Could be like 2-1 or 1-0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe Aston Villa can still score given the attacking strength they have. Watkins, Ings,
Mm-mm.
Cash, Coutinho, Ramsey. Yeah, but I still think it'll be an Arsenal win.
But I won't be surprised if let's say Villa did produce a win against Arsenal. They are capable to do that. So, but
Yeah.
Arsenal really on form right now lah. Okay. Second one, Leicester. The third one, Leicester versus Brentford. I put there Madison as the key man for Leicester. Hopefully he plays. I'm
Yep.
not sure. But Brentford, clearly Tony is the man if you want to bring any Brentford asset.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was looking at bringing him Tony for DCL. Yeah. But now with the DCL fixture, Everton having that double game. I mean, as much as I dislike Everton, it just doesn't feel like I should sell now. So
Okay.
it becomes a question now because two matches at least there's two chances of getting points. And given that I'm not looking at wild carding in game week 31, then I might still keep him, which
Okay.
means I won't. So for me, the thing is, but you're right in terms of Brentford looking good in attack lately, which is why I'm considering Ericsson instead.
Okay. There's contrasting contrasting thoughts about from managers that this could go either way. Some supporting like Leicester gonna win this game. Some says Branford on form and he did will can continue get this win against Leicester. What do you feel? How the turnout will
Yeah,
be for this game?
I think the advantage is on Brentford simply because Leicester also have a Europa game tomorrow night, and and there is a huge question as to are Leicester gonna focus on Europe now. So, but Brentford themselves have the momentum at the moment. Yeah, they've won two matches convincingly in a row. I feel the momentum is on Brentford's side, so it's Brentford's to lose.
Okay, fair. Last but not least, the big one I think Spurs versus West Ham. And Spurs, not sure whether they have some form right now, especially Kane. And I expect Kane is the one that a lot of managers going to captain this week. So
Yeah,
definitely, manager expect Spurs to win against West Ham. So I put there Kane is the main man for Spurs, and West Ham I put Ben Rama because already produced recently 2 assists last game.
yeah.
So what do you think? What's going to happen this game?
See, the thing is, out of the four matches on for Game Week 30, I feel that Spurs have the best chance of keeping clean sheets. Having said that, we are more focused on their attacking assets, Kulusevski and
Yeah.
Kane, and for some who will have Doherty as their defense because it's unlikely that people will go double defense like Doherty and Loris, for example, simply because the attacking assets look much more attractive. The
Yep.
problem with West Ham, of course, is that they may be missing key players. They definitely don't have Bowen, who has been their form player um, for quite a while now. So he's out. Antonio might be injured. We don't know. But West Ham, just like Leicester, they also have a Europa match tomorrow night. So that will definitely have an impact. And if more injuries come, then it'll look tough for West Ham to win this one. It's London Derby. Don't forget.
Yep. So I guess what do you think? You still expect Spurs to win, right?
I expect Spurs to win this one. Yeah, and which is why one of the key players to have in Game Week 30 are at least, you're probably looking at maxing out on Spurs players.
Okay. Let's go to your free hit team, man. So can just
Yeah.
you walk through?
All right. So obviously I pick everyone who can play. So that if anyone suddenly disappears for no reason, then the sub is there, and it's easy to do because there's not a lot of premium players that you need to buy. Pretty much it boils down to Son and Kane. No one else is going to be priced that much. So I've tripled up on Spurs players who all will play, which is Doherty, Kulusevski, and Kane. So that's fine. Then okay, so let's just say so my bench probably going to put Pereira, Cody, and so this is where the third one is a tough one. Maybe so I will
Ramsey.
have to field either Tony or Ericsson. Or I could bench Madison if I don't feel
Oh,
that
okay.
Leicester is going to get anything.
So
Yeah.
you
So
prefer to play Ramsey, is it?
I prefer to play Ramsey, yeah, simply because it's cheap. Okay, but yeah, to be fair, if actually you're right, Ramsey, Cody, and Pereira, yeah, that should be my bench with Ramsey as the first sub. Got cash in there, even though I'm not comfortable of. I don't think Aston Villa will keep a clean sheet, but then Cash has shown that he can produce attacking returns. He's doing so much better than Luca Digne. I'm not sure why he continues to fly under the radar, where we all go for Digne and ignore Cash. Tierney, I remember I mentioned that I'm looking at Arsenal keeping clean sheet here. So Ramsdale and Tierney together with Saka. Uh, so Saka just stays in my squad because he's the most consistent and most likely to start all games. Wolves, I've got Wolves. So I'm more on Wolves winning. So I've got Jimenez there as well to score.
Okay, fair.
So I'm so
Hmm. I like the lineup. I'm not sure whether I will put Sun ahead of Kulusevski. Kulusevski really has been producing of late, and if let's say Sun continue not producing anything tonight against Brighton, I think there's a lot of case that Kulusevski is ahead of Sun. Even though if let's say we have money, we try to fit in Kane and Son together lah, and also
Yeah,
Doherty on the top
it's
three for
possible. It's
Spurs.
definitely possible because you have got those cheap Wolves defenders, and Brentford as well that you can
Yeah,
have to compromise with.
I feel can, but whether in terms of form, whether Son is ahead of Kulusevski for this match, there's another thing. Like if they say Kulusevski produce like 2 assists tonight and Son doesn't do anything, I feel
Yeah,
he's the one to get lah instead of Son, even though you have the money. Another thing
yeah.
in upfront, yeah, I can say Lacazette, but Jimenez and Tony is looking great lah alongside Kane. If let's say if I want to replace Lacazette with anyone, but Jimenez has a chance against Leeds, right? The one that we are not sure whether he's gonna play from the beginning. Hopefully he will turn up lah. That's the only worry things ah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think other than that, looks good. Maybe I try to fit in Coutinho if I have the money, but I don't know whether Coutinho or Madison is the one.
If it will probably take Madison's spot because Madison really, I'm really a bit worried about Leicester's priorities.
Okay, understand. So I feel this is a good draft for managers to have a look. If not other options that we mentioned, you could try to fit in Sun, like I said, if you prefer that more than this team. Okay, we go to Captain Pick for game week 30. Without a doubt, a lot of managers says Kane is the one. Okay, 62% is captain for this week. Spurs against West Ham. We expect Spurs to win. If Kane produce any goals against Brighton, he definitely up on the front runner for this game lah. Okay, but just share. Do you feel there is anyone that can uh, like give managers second thought other than Kane, like Jimenez, Coutinho, Saka that I put there?
I would look at Saka actually.
Okay,
Obviously, he's a midfielder, so there's additional points there. But I also, the fact that I also think that Arsenal can keep a clean sheet, and Saka is key to the Arsenal attack, and he's surrounded by a lot of other good attacking midfielders. So I feel that there's going to be a lot of chances in that game. Um,
okay,
yeah, so
right.
I think Saka is something. I mean, I myself I'm not fixed on having Kane as my captaincy. So I would be surprised if come the deadline you see me with Saka as a captain.
Yeah, you can. You are capable of doing differently. I know, but the obvious one is definitely Kane, right? I mean, if
Yeah,
I have him, I'll definitely captain him. But
yeah.
currently I don't have, so we'll
Are
see
you
how
are
it
you
goes.
going to look at bringing it? Never mind. We can see your transfer plan.
Yeah. Okay, man. What's your transfer plan?
All right, so I've listed pretty much looking at the Leicester attack and the Brentford attack, so that's why I was originally looking at it. But of course, the question about Leicester's priorities remain. But if I do attack, I'm looking at those three, and it does depend on how they line up midweek tomorrow night. Because if I don't see Nacho on that starting lineup, then I will definitely want to consider him. However, if he does start and doesn't score, then it becomes a question, because I am leaning towards Nacho. Barnes is clearly the most informed FPL player at the moment. He's really attacking and he's in the final third a lot more than Madison. But Madison has that skill, like free kicks and corners where he can get points from there. I do like the look of Brentford's attack. The problem is with the recent announcement of the Everton fixtures, selling DCL is not as obvious as it was before.
Okay, fair,
And
fair.
but so if decide not to go for Tony, then I may go for Ericsson, which is by selling Ryan Fraser. What the other option that's not on this list is if I decide if I go for a Spurs defender instead. Yeah, now that
Okay,
Digne is out, so that
okay.
the space opens for me, and there's funds. because Livramento is just too cheap. I can't really buy a
Okay, okay,
replacement place. But for Digne, maybe I can buy maybe Eric Dier if I feel comfortable. Yeah.
okay. All right. Fair. If you ask me, I definitely focus on the attack first. So maybe like you mentioned, Fraser for Harrison and uh so
DCM.
if let's say you bring two asset, you take out Harvest, is it?
No, I love Havertz.
So
So
so the
um,
so the two transfer is actually Madison and Harrison, is it?
no, it would be Ericsson and maybe Nacho, or if I go for a Spurs defender, it
Ah,
will
okay,
be
okay, okay,
Dier. Because I only have
okay,
one space for a midfielder for Foster. I don't want
okay,
to sell.
okay.
I don't want to sell Salah.
Tapi most likely, if let's say you still have the heart to keep DCL, you might not make that Nacho move, right?
Yes, then I'll look into we do not want to do that Spurs defender move or even an Arsenal defender move. Tierney maybe.
Okay. But definitely you will take hit to bring in two players, and you will have like eight players. Is it one, two, three, four, five, six,
7-8,
seven,
yeah.
eight lah? Seven,
Yeah,
eight
I'm
lah.
just
Eight,
like,
right?
yeah, admittedly, I'm just not comfortable with 7. I feel like 8 is, I feel more
Okay.
safer. To be honest, okay, for Game Week 30, I don't expect to gain any ranks. If I can just stay around the same area,
Just survive it. Is
yeah, I just
okay.
need to survive this week.
All right. Fair. I think it's good. Same like myself. I'm not planning to free hit. I think I have enough players, like seven, eight players to play this week, and just roll the dice. So I have Ramsdale in goal. I put there Diop because I have him, but I don't expect him to play. But you never know, right? So
Yeah.
just keep him. Digne injured, so to be fair, I don't have any defenders. Yeah, I have only Ramsdale. Saka, Salah will not play. Rafinha, Son. So Gray also not there, and Lacazette and Jimenez up front. So I have like one, two, three, four, five, six. So most likely I'll bring two players in. My transfer plan for now, most likely Disney will be out, and I'll bring in Doherty and
So,
maybe. Hmm,
so you don't think there's enough upside for you to do a free hit instead?
I don't think so. I feel there is much potential future. If let's
Okay.
say something like Game Week 33 can offer me bigger need, and maybe somewhere Game Week 36 or somewhere there that I can have more upside. I feel that. And the matches it can be this week can be tight in terms of Villa versus Arsenal. I don't think it's like a rollover by Arsenal to Aston Villa. Wolves versus League, I think there is potential to go big, but like you mentioned, Wolves also not consistent on in terms of attacking. So for now, I actually captain Jimenez because I feel there is more upside against Leeds, but I'm still not sure. You shared with me Jimenez like only have one double digit for this whole season, so he's not putting his credential there. I could easily captain Sun, but Sun is not has been really in
Not
scoring
form
form,
anymore.
right? So I don't know. I'm still open to how to manage game week moving forward. I still feel I want a wildcard somewhere in 31 or 32 because my team I need to structure back. I don't want King. Maybe Digne, Diop also not playing. I need to take him out. Gray, I'm not sure. I feel Gordon can offer me better points and save me
Yeah.
1 million. So there's something I need to do overall in terms of my squad. So I'm thinking like I want the wildcard. If I really want to do that, I could easily bring in Kane and also say Barnes or Madison and take out Salah and also King. So
Yeah. Because that king's just
hmm,
annoying.
yep, yep.
And,
So
and
I'm
given
not too
that
sure,
Watford,
mate.
yeah,
Do you
given
have?
that
Yeah. Do you think you have planned about this World Cup? I really itchy to play it lah. That I can tell.
I'm not so itchy, but I might wait to at least game week 32. I feel like 31. I looked at the fixtures, and if you take into account the double game week, if I keep my Everton players, I have at least two players. I'll probably just add a workhorse and captain him. But yeah, I feel that 31 is not too tricky for me. So I'm at the moment I'm looking at free hitting in game week 33 and wild carding in game week 34 with a
Okay.
bench
Right.
boost in 36. But it depends on how my team ends, and of course it's still not fixed. Uh,
So if,
but
if
but
if let's say I don't plan to wildcard, then taking out Salah with 31 against Watford. Okay, so that's could be a big one. But although there's also mentioned by Twitter and some managers that the international break is crucial for Egypt, right? They're playing
yeah,
qualifier, right, against Senegal,
yes,
and
correct.
there's a chance that Salah might not recover coming back and play against Watford. I don't know.
Yeah,
So there
and
is some
it's the
worry on that.
AFCON final. Yeah, it's the AFCON final all over again.
Yeah.
Salah versus Mane. So it becomes a question of the rotation. Um,
Yeah, because there
um,
definitely a lot of and then after that Liverpool will play City in game week 32, right?
yes, that's
So
right.
that's a big one.
Yeah, so it's a big problem for Liverpool. But then the thing, especially for our FPL managers, because let's face it, there's enough in the Liverpool squad to defeat Watford without Salah. Yeah, the good thing is the Liverpool Watford match is the early match that week, so we may be able to get some hints as to whether or not he travels with the squad. So, which means that we may get info. So, I suggest again for game week 31, we really hold off. Yeah, and let's face it, injuries can happen during the
Betul. Can.
internationals as well. So,
Yep.
um,
Okay.
yeah,
Understand. This is my thoughts for now, but we shall see when the deadline day comes. Okay.
yeah. All right.
So just want to share. Okay. Game week 30 deadline will be at Friday night, man. Hmm. Would you be
Eh.
surprised that Wolves actually
Oh, that
ah
caught me by surprise. I didn't realize
ah
that. Oh,
so
okay.
Wolves actually played Friday night at 4 a.m. Wolves versus Leeds. So
Oh,
definitely
shucks.
we need to be careful. Okay, we need to make transfer before that time. Deadline will be at 2:30 a.m. on Friday night. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we're going to be live on Friday night, hopefully. All right.
Yeah, looks like it.
And
Oh, I have to read
okay.
more. Oh, that's not enough time. Goodness, because yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
So
Uh,
never mind. We have like 2 days, like
yeah, it's
tomorrow and
just yeah
Friday, thinking of
because
what to.
Aston Villa and Arsenal also play tonight,
Yep.
so it's quite
Yep.
dangerous and scary because they have a
Yep. Yep.
short recovery time.
So we
Uh,
shall see how the team news will be, but
yeah.
that's the deadline time.
Okay.
So hope managers realize on that. Be careful not to
Thanks.
forget on it.
I
And then
didn't realize.
I think we are about to end our streaming.
Yeah.
So before we end, I would like to remind viewers, okay, if you like our show, do hit the like button and also subscribe to our API YouTube channel. So before we go, I mean your last word. Yep.
Yeah, all the best. Plan properly. Wait for the after the FA Cup matches. That double game week 33 will be more clearer, and we'll know which fixtures, which teams will have only one match, and which teams have two. So look out for that one.
Right. Good luck to all managers, especially on game week 29. We still inside that game and also ahead of game week 30. We'll come back on Friday stream and see you again. Take
All
care.
right.
May the force be with you guys. Bye.
Bye.